Mr. Struthers witnessed a murder and wants to tell the police what he saw, but changes his mind when he realizes the lieutenant of the precinct is the murderer.
Now we want to move away from specific names. So instead of Struthers, we're going to use more of a role identity. How might you define Struthers in this scene? What would his identity be?
He's a witness.
Yep. And then how is he processing? What's his primary concern in terms of how he's processing information?
His primary concern is his own safety.
I would say that's an instinctive reaction, but it's not necessarily an information processing.
What do you mean by information processing then?
This is about how he is measuring the situation. So how is he measuring what's going on in the scene? What is his primary focus of measurement?
The trustworthiness of the people around him.
Right. He's measuring who to trust. We can also think about this in terms of power. Say that he keeps silent as he does. What happens to his power in terms of his ability to thrive in the environment? Does he retain his agency or does he give up his agency?
He retains his agency.
He retains his agency. Yeah. If he accuses the lieutenant, now he's given up all of his power and he doesn't have any more ability to affect his outcome. Now it's in the hands of everybody else. So to summarize those up, there's a greater probability of justice when a witness thinks with clarity about who to trust, that's the measurement, to retain leverage instead of surrendering power. So that's what we have. We have at the expense of his internal continence, meaning that he's moving into a place of dissonance, of fracture, of disintegration, because he hasn't been able to accomplish what he set out to do. And the cost of that is his internal peace. So he's going to leave here and he's maybe going to be unstable. He's going to maybe be insecure about what happened, but he doesn't give up his agency. So that's that trade-off.